What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for thelines.com. Let's talk the second of the Monday Night Football games here on December the 16th. This is the Falcons and the Raiders, as you can see. 5.5 turning into 6 at some places out there in favor of the road Falcons. If we're looking here on a total side of things, 44.5 seems to be the prevailing total. Could we see this get higher? We know these island games, sometimes people bet the overs in these things. Don't feel like there's going to be a ton of points here scored in this one. If this thing continues to rise, could see myself going in on the under. From a spread standpoint, I fully expect the Falcons to win this game. As you guys know, we go to this injury report here. Falcons not too bad. I mean, Troy Anderson, linebacker, rotational guy, is going to be out for them. But outside of that, they're good to go. Obviously, the biggest injury that you could possibly have here for this Raiders team, Max Crosby out for the season for this team. Aiden O'Connell listed as questionable. Word coming through, they are going to go with Desmond Ridder here in this one. So it's going to be Desmond Ridder at the quarterback position for the Raiders. And so, again, I just don't know how the Raiders do much here in this one. Even though the Falcons defense has been pretty bad, there's just not any dudes left for the Raiders, and of course nothing to play for. Actually, if we want to take a walk down Narrative Street, and if you want to be conspiracy theorists, there's actually everything to play for, which is to lose, because the Raiders are currently in the position to have the number one pick in the draft. And so, how bad do you want Shedeur Sanders? That's basically what this comes down to from that front office up there. I mentioned this in the video with this one. If you wanted to do just kind of like get some instant gratification for tonight, if you want to do kind of a same night alt line parlay, basically take the Vikings down to 2.5 and take the Falcons down to 2.5. I don't hate that. I don't like laying a big number with the Falcons, just as how inefficient this offense has been all season long. But this could be the remedy. This could be the cure with the Raiders coming to town. I mean, listen, this defense against the pass has been bad anyway. The pressure rate that they're getting is 23rd in the NFL, and that was with Max Crosby. So it's kind of like now less pressure. I mean, it's just, I don't think there's going to be much resistance. So as bad as Cousins has been, I don't think he's going to be under duress at all. They don't cover very well. So it's kind of a deal where they're kind of lucking into a situation, or this Falcons team, in a must-win situation for them. Of course, now clawing and fighting to try to win that division with the Bucs. You're just getting a team down their best player, having to go to Desmond Ridder, all kinds of stuff. And again, at least with the front office, the players are going to play hard, but at least with the front office, motivation to lose. There's no doubt about that. Got an article over here if you want to play same game parlay. Be sure and click that over here at the line, see what Mo has to say about that. An interesting kind of anti-correlation one that gets you paid out a little bit bigger number here. But for me, like I said, I'll probably do the Monday night alt line parlay between the favorites, just taking those guys under a field goal to have a sweat. But I think that this one is at least fairly interesting. And Kyle Pitts is sitting at 27.5 receiving yards. And Kyle Pitts has been brutal of late, as you can see. I mean, look, 9 yards, no yards, and 14 yards. But he did get 6 targets last week, right? It didn't lead to anything, but 6 targets is going to get you. It's going to get a guy like Kyle Pitts to 28 yards. We're sitting at 27.5. And you can see it's not like this guy's been not a part of this offense completely all year. 59 yards here, 88 yards, 70, 65, 91, 55. So, I mean, he's cleared this 27.5. I mean, like 27.5 is what you get from your average run-of-the-mill tight end when it comes to props, I mean, so maybe this is like a little bit of just a come on, dude, what are we doing here type play from me. But you also get a Raiders defense, like I said, that's not going to get much pressure on Kirk Cousins, and you have the benefit of them giving up the 4th most yards to the tight end position per game as it is over the course of the season. They're giving up 63.8 yards per game to the tight end position. We need 28 of those to go to Kyle Pitts. Again, against a defense, a pass defense for this Raiders team that is, 26th in EPA per play allowed. DVOA has them down in the mid to low 20s. The success rate for this pass defense in the mid to low 20s. So I think that Cousins, despite the fact I do think he's washed, is going to be able to connect with Kyle Pitts for 28 yards in this thing against a team that gives up 64. We need 28 of those to go to Kyle Pitts. One more play that I have in this one, and this one is more of a gut feeling. So if you want to fade me on this one or head in opposite direction, I think that's fine. The Raiders have said that they are going to go with Sincere McCormick, even though, as we see here on the injury report, Alexander Mattison, 3 full practices. So he's back this week, fully back for them. They said Sincere McCormick is still going to be their RB1, but I mean, this is 60 yards we're asking out of him. And as bad as the Falcons defense has been all year long, we're trying to get 60 yards out of a team that's, a 6-point dog. Desmond Ridder at quarterback, like, how much success are they going to have, like, moving the chains, right? I mean, and I think that Madison, while he might not be RB1, could he get 30% of the carries? I mean, are you really going to, like, have this guy that was your starter and then just phase him completely out? I don't know, man. It just, again, more of a gut feeling type deal to me than anything else, but I played the under on Sincere McCormick. I think that given the game state where I think the Falcons could have some success here, Raiders end up having to throw the ball more than they want to. Madison bleeds off some carries as well. I just don't know how Sincere McCormick gets to 60 yards. Yeah, I think he has to kind of get there in the first, like, 2.5 quarters. If he does, then, whatever, I'm going to lose this bet. But I think we get to the middle of the third quarter, we could see this game script and certainly their strategy shift a little bit in this one. So play the under on Sincere McCormick on the rushing yards. Play the over on Pitts at 27.5. You can find that at BetMGM. The 59.5 on Sincere McCormick's over here at FanDuel. Of course, guys, if you need any of these books, just go in, click on them. All of our sports books and promos and things and stuff we've got over here. We got the best ones on the internet. So be sure and take advantage of all the sign-up bonuses. You need to have multiple outs as it is anyway, so be sure and do that. Gonna, like I said, probably just do the little alt line parlay deal, taking both of the favorites down to 2.5, just to have a sweat on the actual outcomes of these things, but mainly prop bets here is certainly in this Falcons and Raiders game. For me, absolutely free is this Discord, so go ahead and click on that and take advantage of all of the smart people over there and what they are going to be playing. Get in a good conversation, not just about football, but about basketball and everything else that's going on in the sports world. And, of course, this channel absolutely free. So please help us support us out. All we're asking is just hitting that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and then a little interaction there in the comment section is always appreciated as well. As always, guys, good luck on all your Monday Night Football bets.